What's up, PYTs? Thank you so much or welcome back to my channel if you are a subscriber. If you're not, welcome. Today I'm doing another pick a card reading, and this one's going to be centered around what are their intentions in this relationship. I have a clear blocked energy, imbalancing of the chakra meditation binaural beat in the background. So hopefully this will be an enlightening message that can unblock your energy and make you feel more balanced. Yeah. So I have 4 piles, as you can tell. This is group number 1, group number 2, group number 3, and group number 4. I'll give you guys a few seconds to pause this video if you'd like and choose. If you guys like crystals, I don't usually do this, but I'm being called to right now. This may help you. So I'll give you guys a few minutes. I'm just gonna sage. Okie dokie. I think I'm gonna go ahead and get started. So if you chose I honestly don't know if this is green quartz or like, there's one called like pyronite or pyronite, I think. Anyway, this also symbolizes healing. So let's see what this pile has for you. I'll make sure I keep these in the right order. Okay, so group number 1, let's see what this person's intentions in this connection are. Okay. So I really think that this person may be taking a period of time to themselves, because I think they might be wrapped up in their head about the situation or potentially about something else. They have a very nurturing, or you have a very nurturing energy about you, and I think that they honestly could be spending a lot of time with their mom. Also, we have like the mother and daughter card, or mother and son, doesn't really matter, but it says mothering, teaching, sharing knowledge, nurturing of self-worth, and this is right next to the boundaries card. And the boundaries card is ruled by Ishtar, and it says, love yourself enough to say no to others' demands on your time and energy. So this person, maybe they have struggled with having boundaries in relationships in the past, or at least firm boundaries, and so they could be a little bit hesitant in relationships just because they don't want to lose their autonomy, and they don't want to feel mothered, because they already have a mom for that. So they do want to take charge in this connection and maybe step forward and communicate. I think that they have been in a period of rest, as I said, with this 4 of Swords, and this is because they were patiently planning, I think, around their boundaries, and maybe trying to figure out exactly where they want this relationship to go. And I'm sensing that this person may have control issues regarding relationships, like maybe this is because they were hurt in the past, or even like their childhood, but they do have a tendency to retreat and not communicate their feelings super effectively, because they really need that alone time and private time to meditate and think about their life. This is a type of person who honestly may be more family oriented than friend oriented. I think they do rely heavily on like a mother figure in their life for advice, and they could be just young still, or like have a young mentality. There's still there's a little bit of coming of age that needs to occur, or that will occur as this person gets older. They do have the Emperor here, so they do want to take charge, and you have the Chariot as well. So they do see a future and a future of success with you, as long as you guys both have firm boundaries. And I think they also see this connection as something that they can really learn from, and that you guys can both learn how to be in a connection while also maintaining like all of the hobbies that you love to do, and like all the things that make you who you are. Like this person is not gonna settle for like a codependent relationship, or like a really controlling relationship, because they may have been controlled in the past. That maybe their ex was someone who was really mothering, and this is why they have so much like hesitation, borderline like fear of maybe even long-term commitment, because they never want to feel like out of control of their life again. But with that being said, I think they're really learning also to let go of control issues, because we have let go of control issues card, and it says allow the situation to unfold naturally. And I think that they're finally coming to a point in their life where they realize that they can't control how everything's gonna go. As much as like you can exhibit as much Emperor energy as you want, but it's like a negative toxic effect when they try to control and nitpick every little thing and like plan everything to a T, because I think they're starting to really realize that, or coming to terms with, I think that an older female may have given them this advice, that you can't foresee everything that's going to happen in the future. You can't predict like how things are going to end, and if you spend all this time worrying about how things are going to end, you're never going to enjoy what it is in the moment. And I think what you guys have is really good if this person just got out of their head and made a move. Like, this person is just like slow to roll, but I think that they're about to make huge strides in this relationship, and really show you how much that like they care about you. I'm hesitant. Like, I think they do see something long term with you. Whether or not they're all like they're in love with you is not clear. I think they have their own like self-love and nurturing to do before they can fully like let down guards to be totally passionately in love with someone. I do think that they care very deeply though, and they see you as someone that they can build a life with long term, because the Chariot's also a Cancer card, and Cancer rules the 4th house of family. And they're also very attracted to you here. They have the 8 of Wands. This also can be like quick communication coming in. You could be receiving a message from them maybe in like the next like 4 days, maybe, or a week. But they definitely like do want to move forward in this connection and solidify something. But I do think that there's like a kind of a strong like Virgo energy, or maybe even like Capricorn or Taurus. This person is very they're grounded, and I'm getting Taurus now, and as I said, they're slow to roll, but that's because they value such a strong foundation in a relationship, and they believe that like strong relationships are built on like patience and planning and structure. And like, this isn't the type of person who, like, maybe they have like an Aries moon or a Cancer moon. Like, they really need to set everything in place in their head before they can put it into action. But I really see that like they're gonna come forward, and you guys are probably gonna have a conversation about like a define the relationship talk about the boundaries, and about I do think that this person sees you as someone who, like, you have a strong sense of self-worth, and they really appreciate that. This may be something that's somewhat foreign to them, in like past relationships, and that could also be like they may not have ever been in a relationship where you guys feel comfortable letting each other go out like by yourself and like being more independent. A lot of times, even in like young relationships, people tend to feel like really insecure when their significant other goes out without them. And I think that this relationship is really going to show you that like what real trust is, and how boundaries don't hinder our relationship, they actually make them stronger, because by loving yourself enough to say like no to something that you're uncomfortable with, and like actually vocalize like the things that are important to you, and not compromising on very like yes, it's always good to compromise, but not compromising on those things that really like make you feel some type of way, or at least discussing them and finding a very solid compromise is going to increase your self-love. And this is like definitely getting soulmate vibes. This is a very healing relationship for both of you, because you guys also, I'm getting the sense that someone here in the past has kind of jumped into relationships really quickly without thinking about it, and this may have like backfired quite a few times, or like there's a strong codependency, or like getting with someone and then being like, oh, we're gonna get married right away. And this person just isn't like that. They have to plan, like they're very traditional in that aspect. They want to plan and take things slow, but that doesn't mean that they're not thinking about those types of topics. They like everything here says that this is going to be a very strong, stable relationship, as long as like one or both of you doesn't let control issues get in the way of that. Because I think that if this is going to fall through, it would be because someone's insecurities and control, like, or need to control every little thing, and nitpicking is what would destroy it. So yeah, it's really just like taking a step back and reevaluating your like ability, because love is like supposed to be unconditional. This person really sees that love is supposed to be unconditional, like how we love our parents. Obviously there's a difference between parent relationships and intimate relationships with other people, but how like a mother's love is like unconditional, and how a lot of relationships nowadays are conditional, and this person is looking for someone to share their life with that they share unconditional love with, and so they can truly be themselves. And this is like an awesome person to invest your time in, because this is the type of person that you want. You don't want those people who are just like hot and heavy from the front, like obsessive and like crazy, you know. I mean, some people like that, but I think that at some point in your life you do, if you crave stability, and if you crave like a marriage and like success in like a very long-term thing, you want someone like this who has the attributes of a strong earth sign, who's gonna make you like feel like you can trust them. Yeah. And I think this person is really gonna heal your heart chakra, because I don't think they don't really play games. They just want to see things grow. Yeah. All right, group number 1. That was an awesome reading. I hope that you liked it. If you would like to, please like this video and maybe even subscribe if you're interested in seeing more videos from me. Otherwise, I will maybe see you, maybe not. But thank you so much for stopping by. All right. I'm actually gonna move this over here. Group number 2. Let's see what this person's intentions are. / like where is this relationship going? Oh, nice. And I've been called to not read reversals this reading, so let's see. So the person that you are inquiring about could be a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, getting strong, Cancer, and Scorpio. So in the center of your reading, you have the Page of Cups. So this may be something that is fairly new. You may even still be both considered single. But if not, this person is like genuinely like very affectionate and sweet and charming and really focused on you, and they have like no issue expressing how they feel. And I think that, so there is with the Nine of Pentacles like a very strong like self-love aspect to this. One or both of you is very like well taken care of. You take very good care of like your physical appearance. You save money for yourself. You have like good like morals and values, I'm getting. And like, yes, you have a flair for like the ornate and like the beautiful, but you are in control of like your finances, and like you probably have a stable job and have held one for quite some time. So I am also seeing over here there is a strong connection that you or this person has with animals, because there's a connection between species, animals, pets, magical companions, and guardianship. So if this isn't like a real pet, you probably have a very strong connection with your like angelic spirit guides. You have communication with them on a regular basis, whether or not you are aware, because you are a light worker. We have the light worker card here. Your vibration is very high. You take very good care of yourself, or this person does also. I mean, like attracts like, so I'm assuming it's both of you. One of you may have children. If not, this person definitely sees having a family with you. And they really want to take on this, because the last keyword in this dragon's pet card is guardianship. And this is really giving me like a Six of Cups vibe. So they also think that you bring out like the childlikeness in them. And I think that like you are really good with children, and maybe they have seen this recently, and that has made you even more attractive to them, because it says you're good at helping, counseling, and healing children, use your skills to help children now. So you have a very strong like nurturing quality that they really admire, and that actually is going to be like a huge influence on what transforms this relationship. And if you have had any worries, we have the Angel de la Nuit card here, which is the special card in this deck, which signifies that everything is going as planned. You are on the right path. And this is right next to the Victory and Success card, which is another 6. So this person definitely, like, you've called in this person, because we also have calling in your soulmate. And this is your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. So this is a very strong, loving relationship. If you haven't met this person yet, you will soon, because we have to stay optimistic about your love life. And this is positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. So I am seeing this person is going to be of like a broader build. And I'm seeing veiny, like, you know, some guys just have like, or women too, like, you can tell, like, and I don't even think it's related necessarily to working out, because I know some people who are veiny and I know that they don't work out, but like, it's like the veins in the arms, like that sort of thing. This person could also have like longer hair, but very intense eyes, like, as I said, like water sign eyes. And I feel like you're gonna feel like their loving vibration like right away. And this is gonna be like, I'm not gonna say like a crazy whirlwind relationship. Like, I think that everything's gonna go at the pace that it needs to. But this person is gonna be very upfront and forward about how they feel and how they like have these these ideas of like victory and success for you. Like they could literally scream it from the mountaintop. Like this guy is up on a mountaintop with like a trumpet. This person may play a musical instrument. But this person is going to be extremely supportive of you and whatever your career is. I'm seeing maybe some of you guys are healers or, as I said, light workers, something in that realm. And I think this person may also be able to financially support you in that endeavor. And this person's going to feel like an angel has like come into your life. And that everything that you asked for, like the person upstairs, people upstairs, whoever you believe, universe, you really called in like the most perfect person, but really they like sent them to you. And this is really cute. So you have true love with the throat chakra. So this person is going to be so open with like telling you how much they love you, and they, like, as I said, they want to proclaim it from like the rooftops. They do really love you. They want this family with you. They want this future. There's nothing but good, positive thoughts and feelings about you. Like, of course, every relationship has some minor kinks in it or whatever. But like, you may even love this person's voice. Maybe if you guys like meet over the phone, or there's like a communication aspect of this, like maybe like what is that, like FaceTime or like phone conversations. But this is definitely a true love connection, and I'm so happy for you guys. This is an awesome reading, and there's going to be so much passion in their voice as well as their words. And I sense that this group here, like, you are an affirmation person, and you really like to hear it, to hear when people, like, because there are like physical people, the people who like touch and gifts and, you know, love language and stuff like that. But like, I think words of affirmation are really important to both of you, and this could have been instilled in you when you were children. But this is also why I'm seeing that there may be communication over the phone, also literally calling here. But yeah, they're going to be like, you're going to be showered with love, literally. Because I feel like they see you as if you have like a halo, like you both see each other as like heaven sent and like perfect matches for each other. Like, maybe you meet this person like at an animal park, or like something having to do with pets, like literally like a pet store, something pet related. And you just like hit it off, and it's literally gonna be like so beautiful. Like, this person is like totally meant for you, and it's gonna trigger a huge, like, they're gonna be a catalyst for true healing and like love in you. And you're really gonna like, you guys are both gonna learn what like true unconditional love means, and what it looks like, and how it feels, and what it sounds like. Like, you're gonna use all of your senses to really like encompass this like true love experience. Wow. So as I said before, if you haven't met this person, you will soon. Just keep staying optimistic. They'll come in at the time when it's right. With, as I said, the Angel of the Night card, it's like divinely guided. So you just have to be patient a little while longer while they set up the most perfect synchronistic event for you guys to come together. All right, group number, that was 2, right? Yes. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you liked this reading. And if you did, please leave me a comment down below and subscribe if you so feel like. And I will see you guys later. Bye. All right, group number 3. What are their intentions in this connection? Excuse me. I swear, like, I talk so much I give myself the hiccups. Okay. Interesting. So this person definitely does have true love for you. There is love here. But I do see a little bit of trouble in paradise has been going on. One or both of you has a big transformation going on. Maybe whichever one of you is more like fire dominant, I'm getting. But I do think that this person that you're with is spiritual, and like, I think they're going through a spiritual awakening, potentially even. This person may have had addictions in the past that you guys may still argue about, and you may wonder, like, question their loyalty because of these addictions, or like use of other things, especially if maybe this is an indigo child. Also, like, rainbow crystal children obviously do get mixed up in that too, but I think indigo children have like a more predisposition to get into that, just because like they tend to get wrapped up more in like counterculture. And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with like substances. Like, I think we all have had our like fair share of like experimental times, and if you haven't, like, great, good for you, sort of thing. Like, I'm a crystal child myself, and I have been through a lot myself. I have struggled with addiction, but there could be like a sense of like disloyalty because someone is struggling with addiction, and the spirits are really urging you to keep an open mind at this time, because your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. So this could really be someone who you never expected to fall in love with. You never expected this person, like, also maybe to be into the things that they are into, or like maybe you didn't know about like this codependency. This could even be related to family or like Facebook, you know, like things that people can get addicted to, a myriad of things other than drugs and alcohol. But I do think that you're going to step forward and have a real talk with them, but I do think that you guys have been bickering, probably saying things that like you didn't mean in the moment, like the heat of the moment, because this woman in the Five of Swords is holding a really sharp like dagger, and you could also be at your breaking point, I'm seeing here, and like I would just be really careful with what you say to this person, because people with addiction struggle not only with other people being aware of their addictions, but with their own like guilt and self-consciousness and like embarrassment of having an addiction. Like, no, I'd be hard pressed to find an addict who is really like jazzed about the fact that like they have a substance that is in their life that affects like their loved ones. And I do think that like with the solar plexus chakra here, their self-worth has been affected by this codependency on something, and they are ready to step into a new beginning. I think that it's like when you tell someone that they need to change, but they really, like, it doesn't really matter what you say until they want to do it themselves. But I do think that they are ready to step into this transformation, especially because like you're there, and I think that they see a glimpse of like a future like with you, and like if this thing doesn't resolve itself or become like even less of a priority in their life, that they are confronted with the idea that you may get to your breaking point of like having enough. I don't get to the sense, like, I don't sense that you will leave this person, because I think that you, like, the love is so strong, and like I think you can see it from both sides of like what it's like to be them, and also like what it is to deal with them. And I think that, like, I'm not gonna lie, I think that they see this too, but they are blinded by the dependency on something else, and that is just it's hard, you know. And I think that they could also come into a period where they like break down and really tell you like what it is, you know. Maybe like you don't know to the extent of which they've had this codependency or what it stems from. Like all addictions stem from somewhere. And this even could have been like, maybe it's like family related, like maybe I mean, addiction tends to run in families, but also like maybe when they were younger they were introduced to it and whatever, and it was like a dark period in their life, and it's just like they can't get out of it. But you do have the Guinevere card, which is true love, and that's the romantic stirrings in your heart have propelled the universe to deliver great love to you. This person loves you deeply, and they even if it's just a friendship, like, it's like an unconditional love. And I think that they would understand if you needed a break, just because and I'm not saying that you need to take this break, but they would understand if you did need it, because I do think that you guys have fought quite a bit, or if you haven't really vocalized this to them, they can sense that, like, you're going through something, and you could be at odds with yourself also about whether or not to charge in, and tell this person that, like, they need to change, because, like, you do want a new beginning, and you want to step into, like, a clearer, like, world. And because I think that this codependency could also be triggering something in you that has to do with, like, your own self-worth. Like, maybe your parents were addicted to something, a substance, and that made you feel, like, loved less as a child, like, just for example. And it's like, I think that your pineal gland is really, really activated at this time, and you are really receiving messages from the universe about like, not, like, standing your ground, yes, and also just, like, being true to who you are, and expressing how you feel, because I think that you guys do need to come to an understanding. But as I said before, you do need to, like, if you think that this person isn't your type, or even this could go vice versa for them, like, just know that this person's in your reason for a life, and that your soulmate can differ from, like, what you expected. Like, someone who, like, maybe you're a straight edge, and, like, you never expected to be with someone who, like, has even ever done drugs, or who, like, keeps alcohol in the house. Like, maybe drinking at home is a huge problem. Like, I'm picking that up. But, like, the whole purpose of relationships is to find compromise, and to find that middle ground that's healthy for, and, like, God, I was just watching Stranger Things, but it's like, I love the way they describe it. It's like halfway happy. And it's like, obviously, I mean, relationships take work, and they take compromise. And if it takes being halfway happy right now, that doesn't mean things are going to be unresolved forever, you know? It is kind of like taking baby steps towards, like, the right direction. Like, no transformation happened overnight, except for those people who get famous, like, for a random video, you know? And I do see that this person is a sensitive person. They have a very, like, pure soul at the core of who they are. They may just have some things that they need to work on right now, but they do intend on, like, working on it, and they do want to transform. They do love you. They, like, especially if you have kids, I think that if you have a young fire sign, they want to do it for them as well. And they do realize, and they're coming to this realization now. So, I mean, things may be hard for a while, I'm not gonna lie, but at the end of the day, I think that this is, like, worth working through, because it's really hard to find love like this. And the world is just gonna keep supporting you, and, like, it's kind of like God will never give you something that is too hard for you to handle, sort of thing, like that saying. I really think that, like, resonates with this reading. But yeah, just hold the faith, but still be, like, you'll know if you, like, trusting your intuition, like, if you need a break, you need a break. But at the end of the day, like, there still is a future here. Yeah. Sometimes, you know, there's a harsh winter, and a tree grows, like, an ugly ring, for example. That doesn't make, like, every year that tree was alive a bad year. It's just one bad winter. So, yeah. I think just, like, keep your head up, but also keep your wits about you. That's what I have for you guys, group number 3. I'm going to move on to group number 4. Alright, group number 4. What is this person's intentions with you? Wow. Okay. So you, right off from the start, we have the Strength card with Be Strong. And this is, you're stronger than you think you are, and strength assures a happy outcome. So you may be going through a period of time where you feel isolated from your partner, or they feel isolated from you. This could also be related to someone's in school, or like focusing on like a personal endeavor. But to you, I think this feels like this person may have gone into like an emotional withdrawal, or this has caused you to go into an emotional withdrawal because you don't feel like a priority, potentially, or like maybe your sex life has taken a hit because of this. There's like a need to like control the inner beast from coming out, because I do think that like you've been feeling alone, or they've been feeling alone, and like obviously in a relationship there's nothing worse than being in a relationship where you feel like you're by yourself. But with that being said, you do have the Give Your Relationship a Chance card, and it says work on your partnership. So I think that with this emotional withdrawal, we also have the 9 of Wands. So someone is feeling defensive and like the need to like stand their ground, but also maybe like just a step before taking on too much. And so you could think that this person, like, because they have so much going on in their lives, that you aren't a priority, and that you could have strong Leo placements, like a Leo Venus even, like, and Leo Venus like wants to be worshipped. Like, that's, if you didn't know, now you know. One of my best friends is a Leo Venus, and I love her to pieces, but she's like very princess, and it is honestly what's most endearing about her, because they, like, Leos have such a strong like compassion and like fun, like flirtatious, like vivacious vibe, but you obviously don't want to hurt the Leo, so and they can be somewhat sensitive. So let's see, I am sensing, so you could be taking an emotional withdrawal right now just to assess like your deep feelings, kind of going into like a hermit mode. And I honestly don't know, like, I think you are willing to fight, or if this isn't you, your energy I'm picking up on, this person is still willing to fight for this relationship. They still want this relationship, and that's good, obviously, because it says like the angel's advice is like to work on your partnership and like pray, meditate, use your affirmations and stuff like that, because there is going to be a time shift and transformation in, I'm getting like not like super near future, but like medium near future. Could be like 8 months from now. Maybe that's like if they are in school, like maybe they're gonna graduate or something like that. Like, I do think that they've been focusing on something quite heavily, and needing a lot more like personal time. But this doesn't mean that they don't want to fight for this connection, or like see that it's like stable, because I think that with the 9 of Wands here, they do like have compassion and love and like respect for you. I think that they could even be overwhelmed and stressed themselves. But we have the Gatekeeper, which is another number 9, which is fairy time, time shifts, dimensional slips. So I do think this person's going through like a time shift, or you guys will both be experiencing a time shift here, when they do stop focusing on whatever this is that they're focusing on. I'm strongly getting school though, or even it could be a career, like I think, like, okay, so Leo rules 5th house of children. For some reason I was thinking it rules 10th house, but that's just because I have Leo in my 10th house. But yeah, anyway, that's how I got to career. But they're being guided in this direction. This is something that like they have to do regardless of, and it just so happens that you're in their life at this time. And they do feel really protective over whatever this endeavor is, but they also do feel protective about you. And I think that it's honestly a compliment in the way that they feel okay to be focusing so much on this endeavor because of how strong your relationship is. I don't think that, I think to you it may be coming off as like an emotional withdrawal, but to them it's more of like it's just a stepping stone. Like it's something that like has to be done, and like they trust you enough in like your partnership to be able to like 9 of Wands it, you know, like make it through the struggle, which is really beautiful and honestly very flattering. But there is going to be a transformation here that's going to bring you guys a lot more stability. So we have the Death card and the 4 of Wands. So they are looking to transform this relationship to something more serious and committed, maybe even moving in together. Maybe you guys don't see a lot of each other just because you guys don't live together. I do think that would solve a lot of these problems that you guys are having, just to be able to like wake up and go to bed next to that person. Because like, for example, like my fiance and I, we have vastly different schedules, and we have for the past year, and like obviously going from that shift into that type of relationship, I don't know who's blowing off fireworks right now, but like going into that type of dynamic and relationship after being together for like every day for so long, it is really hard, and it's hard on the relationship, but at the same time it does strengthen the relationship because you guys realize that you don't need to be attached to each other's hip in order to know that you like love each other. I am blown away. The 4th of July is long over. Okay. But yeah, this transformation is going to be really beautiful, and you're going to feel a lot more secure and like heard. I'm getting that you're going to feel heard and like paid attention to. Like this girl is sitting and she has like a spotlight coming down on her. I think that this person is going to see you like in another light maybe, or you're going to see them in like another light, that like they are compassionate, and I think you know that, but it's like they have had a lot on their plate recently. So there's like a reference to a mirror here, so I think that this time was divinely guided to give you guys, or you specifically, whoever is experiencing the solitude, a period of time to like reflect on like the past and heal, and like what it is that needs to be worked on in this relationship, and like just like a period of reflection, as I said. Like I'm also getting the message like you're not, like this relationship is not as close to death as you think it is. Like I think that for some of you, you guys may be really worried that this is going to abruptly end, or like this is the end, like this is like what the end looks like when someone like emotionally like retracts from the situation, and like the sex isn't there, and like these could be things that are being worried about, but you're being urged to like stay strong, work on this relationship. Like this is nowhere near over. This is actually like the nervousness and stuff that you're feeling is because there's about to be a huge transformation, but for the better, and for like stability, and for 4 of Wands. Like 4 of Wands is an excellent card. Celebration, marriage, moving in together. Like it's happy times. Like happy times are coming. Could even be graduation. So yeah, just try to like maintain that like positive vibe, and try not to get too wrapped up in your head, because there is so much good happening and there's no reason to like worry. Honestly, it's just going to require patience, which has a lot to do with like the Strength card of like taming the wild beast inside, that wants to like have it their way and have it now. But that's not always realistic in relationships, and that's what makes them beautiful, is because like compromise is beautiful in and of itself, you know. And this is like the hardship will just bring you guys to like a further period of like better understanding each other and your needs and wants, and eventually, if this is about academics, will make you guys more financially stable in the long run. And that could also be like why they're feeling it too, and they're pushing through for like the potential of your family. Like, think of it that way. Okay, well guys, that is all I have for you today. I've thoroughly enjoyed giving these messages to you. If you guys like this video, as I've said, I think like 3 or 4 times, please like this video, subscribe if you want to see new videos from me. I post multiple times a week. But yeah, have a great rest of your evening, guys. Mwah. I love you. Bye.